Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to Jess Althea's channel. Today we'll be doing this look right here. It is a beginner friendly makeup video. I'll be doing my brows off camera, but let me moisturize my lip and head right into the follow step, which will be moisturizing your skin. Your skin absolutely needs a good layer of moisturizing before you start the makeup process. It is imperative, it is absolutely necessary to put back moisture in your skin after having washed it. So I'm using this snail serum from Cosex, and then I'm gonna go in with my moisturizer from e.l.f. I won't necessarily be going into the names of the products. I'll be more focusing on the process and the necessary steps to get this flawless makeup look for graduation purposes. Nice cut crease. We're gonna now go in with sunscreen. A lot of you will be standing outside in the sun taking pictures and whatnot. Sunscreen is necessary to protect the skin, whether you're melanated or not. Get your sunscreen to protect the skin. So now we have done the moisturizing. Drink some water as well, and let's get to the next step. I'm gonna go right into creating a beautiful, simple eyeshadow look. I'm gonna first base my eyelids with some concealer. You do have the option of utilizing a eyeshadow primer, but as for me, I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna use a bright concealer. I'm using the butterscotch concealer from Too Faced. It's about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and the payoff for the eyeshadow will be more prominent. I'm using the powder to seal the concealer in. For every step of a cream or liquid product, you need to seal it in with a powder. So having done that, I'm gonna go right into this basic eyeshadow palette from Cynthia London. I did get this product in my Ipsy bag, for which I have now unsubscribed, but that's not what we're getting into. I'm going into a very, very light brown shade to do the transition color. I'm using a small eyeshadow brush using windshield wiper motion to get over the entire lid. I'll be doing one eye and then the other one off camera. I ensure that that color is going all the way up to the brow bone, and then the tail I will leave void of product so you can have that crisp, bright look. Now I'm going into a deeper color that I will be going into the crease of the eye with, and on the outer aspect of the lid. We're blending both colors in together nice and seamlessly. Do spend time to blend the products in so it is looking crisp and seamless. So let's blend. All right, I'm satisfied with that. Again, it's beginner friendly, light, nice look for the mothers and daughters going to graduation. A DIY, you don't have to pay for a MUA. This is pretty easy. Now I'm going back in with a flat eyeshadow brush with some concealer. I'm going in to cut the crease of the eye. Now the crease of the eye is right in where you have that indentation of the eyeball going upwards into the eyebrow. That indentation is right in the crease that we're going to cut. If you do have hooded eyes, just go right above that crease area that it is visible when you open up your eyes wide. Now, the eye shadows can be somewhat irritating at times, especially when you're cutting the crease and you get that product down into the area of the tear duct. Sometimes you can irritate the tear duct, but just be careful. And like you can see, I started to tear up a bit. Just have some tissue on hand for that, because sometimes the products can be irritating, but it will wear away, I promise you. Now, after dabbing the tears, I allow for it to just dissipate, and then I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade. I started with the shimmer shade and realized the payoff was not there. Then I went in with the white shade to put on the lid in the area where I cut the crease, and then went in with the shimmer shade. I continue to use a flat brush to ensure that I packed on the product well. After doing that, then you want it to look nice and seamless. I went back in with the initial shades just to blend all the products in together. And voila, you have an easy peasy, beginner friendly eyeshadow look with a cut crease, perfect for graduations. All right, let's carry on with the process. Next step is foundation. I'll be using this Estee Lauder product. It is a soft matte product and it lasts very long. If you're going to a graduation, you need a long-lasting product that with good payoff, good coverage that will last all day long in the heat, in the long days. Now I'm pressing this in with a flat foundation brush and I am stippling it in. Just patting it into the skin, press it in so that it will soak right into the skin. It has better coverage when you press it in, and then a small amount I will bring up to my forehead. As you can see, I use a small amount just to ensure I'm not overdoing it, just adequate coverage. As you can see, all my blemishes are covered with this foundation and I did not even spot conceal. Just ensure that you're blending everything in, dragging it down to the neck and a light amount on the forehead. All right, next step is concealer under the eyes. You don't need to bring it all the way up under the eyes. As you blend it in, the coverage will be brought up under the eyes. So watch as I do this. Next, I'm going to go in with my liquid blush as I allow for the concealer to dry down a bit. The more it dries down, the better the coverage will be and the better payoff of your concealer. Initially, I tried this blush, but the payoff was not great, so I transitioned into another cream blush from Danessa Myricks, and the payoff was absolutely beautiful. I like doing the concealer blush method because it gives it somewhat of a good transition and the blush is not as evident, the concealer blended over the blush gives it a good transition and an ombre effect. So blend in right atop the cheekbones and bring it all the way up to your temple. Now I'm going to be going in with this powder puff just to blend out the concealer. First on the bridge of the nose, then up to the forehead, and then the under eyes. As you can see, like I said before, I didn't put my concealer under the eye, but in blending it out, the coverage under the eye will be sufficient because we don't want it to settle in the natural creases under the eye. Little goes a long way. Blend, and as you can see, the payoff of the eyeshadow is more evident. Make sure you examine your work, ensure the coverage is sufficient, ensure that there are no areas that are not covered well. Just take your time, look, and make sure your work is sufficient. Make sure your work is pristine. I've added in some bronzer, some cream contour bronzer, and I'm putting it right atop my crease, just below the area of the jaw, and then I'm blending it upwards because I want a cinched look, as well as on the temple areas into the hairline. Blend, make sure that it's not blotchy. Just make sure it looks nice and seamless. I'm using the same contour product to create a contour of the nose and bringing it up into the brows and giving it a beautiful shadow to give a cinch contour look. As I always say, my nose will not be getting any smaller, but you do this because it brings back the shadows on your face. I added a small amount of concealer additionally and just blending it in because I noticed there was a little bit of creasing under the eye. Like I said before, make sure you're looking in the mirror to make sure that your makeup looks flawless. If you see anything that is not up to standard, you can add more and build it up. I'll build up a little bit more concealer, blending it in, and then I'll go right in and seal it in with my Huda Beauty powder. Use whatever setting powder you have on hand. I like the yellow undertone and the airbrush finish of this powder, but you have more affordable powders like your Airspun, your elf powders and whatnot. You can also use a pressed powder from L'Oreal Infallible is a good powder as well for this step. I also cover the concealer on the forehead, down the nose, and atop my lips. Press it in because you want it to stay all day long. I'm going to do a technique called reverse contouring where I put the powder right below the bronzed area on the jawline just to give it a more cinched look. We're going in for a soft glam to full glam, because after all, you're going for a formal event in a graduation, so you want to look a little bit more elevated. Now I'm going in with this Charlotte Tilbury setting powder to cover the rest of the face. Remember, all the areas that have a liquid or cream product needs to have a powder to seal it in place so that the products won't slip and slide on your face as the day goes on. The sun is shining, you get hot, it will stay in place. Now I'm going to seal my bronzer with this NYX Buttermelt bronzer. This is the GOAT of drugstore bronzers. I love, love, love it. The payoff is beautiful and you look like a bronzed goddess. Blend, blend, blend upwards on the cheeks and then inwards on the temple into the hairline. All right, next step, we're going in with powder blush right atop the cream product. And I'm going in just with a light dusting. This Juvia's Place brush has a beautiful payoff. A little goes a long way. Even though blush is usually the first thing to disappear in your makeup, this one lasts all day, literally. All right, so I'm now going in with a little bit of a eyeliner because we're going in for a soft to full glam. I'm not going to be doing a wing. I'm just lining the water crease on the lower aspect and right atop the lashes so that when I apply mascara, it will pop. Today I will not be wearing false lashes. I had cluster lashes on, giving my lashes a break, so I'll be applying mascara. You'll see that step. Do you see the effect of the eye? Love, love, love this step. I don't do it often enough, but I highly recommend. Now let's seal all the powder products in place. Just spraying my face with this Revolution setting spray, making sure that the powders are not obvious. Everything just comes together and melts in place. I'm just going back in just to crisp up my brows because with all the products, some of the shape got lost. So I'm just crisping that back up, just lightly drawing the underline and filling the inner aspects in. Yep. Now it's time for mascara. I'm using this L'Oreal mascara, L'Oreal extension. All the products will be listed in the description box below. And it's time to take a moment and subscribe. If you've been enjoying this video thus far, I'm almost to the end. Please take a moment and subscribe, guys. Subscribe to Jess Althea's channel. I'm a 50-plus-year-old female who does makeup. I do my locks. I style it as well. I maintain it. And other lifestyle videos and vlogs. So subscribe for more of Jess Althea. All right, let's go in with this lip combo. I will be removing the mask that I have on the lip. I'm gonna go in with this Juvia's Place lip liner. It's a deep dark brown, and then I will go in with my MAC lip liner on the inner aspect, and then a third liner. Yes, it's a bit much, but this was tea. Absolutely loved how this lip combo came out. 3 lip liners. I used a Clinique pinky orangey liner on the inner aspect, and then I used a lip gloss from Maybelline. Absolutely loved how this came out. I wore this look to church, and the lip did not move in terms of the products. It stayed on all day long. I had water, I had coffee, I ate, and it lasted so long. I love this lip combo. It's just soft and sultry, and just I am here for it. Gonna put a little bit of gloss on my summer Fridays lip gloss, just a tad. I don't want it overly shiny, just a light gloss, and I was loving it. Do you like it, guys? And here is the finished look. My beginner friendly graduation makeup look. I hope you love this video, guys. Please do like, share, and subscribe to Jess Althea's channel. Tell me what you think of the look below. And until next time, bye guys. Pose.